Hello everyone, this is Dracula. I wanted to make a video on something that I feel like helped me. I'm not sure if this is new or not. I'm not sure if a lot of people know about it. I honestly did not. I have never seen this until recently. I saw it like a couple days ago on accident. I have never seen it before. Again, I'm not sure if it's been in or if it's something that's been implemented, but after a while ago, maybe about a month or two ago, I started to feel like most of the shots I usually was hitting, that I wasn't, and I was kind of like, what's going on here? I'm not hitting any shots that I used to. Like I used to deagle a lot, but I couldn't hit anything with a deagle, and I was like, what's going on? I couldn't really one tap with an AK. I wasn't getting a ton of headshots, and so it's like super confused. And I figured maybe it's my internet. I had switched computers. My old computer had broke. So I had switched computers, and that one I just had a little wireless card for the time being. And so I figured maybe it's the internet. I'm not sure. Who knows? And then I switched. And I got a new motherboard for my old computer, and I got some new things for it. And I grabbed an Ethernet cable for it as I upgraded my internet. So I was like, well, let me grab an Ethernet cable because there's not much sense in upgrading my internet and then leaving a network card that's not an integrated one, or not one that's like a PCI internet card. So I decided to go and grab an Ethernet cable, and I don't remember exactly what I was doing. I was trying to change something. I think since I downloaded CSGO on this computer, I was changing my HUD color. I'm pretty sure that's what I was doing. I was changing my HUD color, and I had saw this max acceptable game traffic bandwidth, and I was like, what is that? And mine was set to 1.5, which is not bad, but I guess it's not great either, depending on your internet. I mean, for me, it's not bad, but it's not great. So I was like, oh, that's weird. So I read it, and it says, allows to specify game traffic bandwidth that online game servers send to you during gameplay. Lower bandwidth rate setting can help avoid packet loss if your internet service provider or routers drop network packets. So pretty much like if you have, I guess, like internet that drops packets a lot, or if you have low speed internet, then you're better off using the lower bandwidth. Insufficient bandwidth rate, however, can result in delayed network packets at times when the game server sends updates about multiple other players over the network to your client. So pretty much what this is saying is you could use a lower, bandwidth if your internet drops packets, or if you try to put it too high, it'll probably drop packets, or it just won't really work that well. I would assume. I would guess if you put like 1.5 megabits per second, and the max you have is 1.5 megabits, which I'm not exactly sure how this works. I'm not exactly sure, because I'm not sure if it's capital M and lowercase m are the difference, or if it's capital MB versus capital M lowercase b is the difference. But I know like one is significantly higher than others. So like I think like one lowercase MB is like maybe about 8 capital M B's per second. So it's a big transition. So 2.5 is probably around maybe like, I would say guesstimate like 20, 23, 24. I believe it's somewhere around there. I couldn't tell you exactly. But somewhere around there, I believe, if the difference is the capital or the lowercase m. So essentially, pretty much if you have a lower one, it's essentially saying that registration is going to be different. It's essentially saying that when game server sends updates, or when it says can result in delayed network packets at times when game server sends updates about multiple other players over the network to your client. So it's essentially saying the lower the bandwidth you're allowing them to use is going to delay the network packets when the game is sending updates. So pretty much it's saying if you are shooting someone and you have a low bandwidth, then it's not going to register as quickly as it would with a higher bandwidth. I'm pretty sure that's what it means. Because again, it's saying it sends updates about multiple other players over the network, and that there'll be a delay if it's low. So I'm assuming it means like, all right, well, if you want your shot to actually register almost every time, then you're gonna have to put this higher. Because mine was again at 1.5, and I was like, I mean, the shots were registering okay, but nothing great. Again, I wasn't able to hit shots that I used to be able to hit, so I was a little confused. Maybe they just had a set thing and people were complaining, because I know a lot of people have crazy ping problems and losing packets and stuff. So maybe they said, all right, we'll change it so that people could just choose what they want. Because again, I've never seen this before. I've only seen this. I've never even seen community notification. I've seen a developer console. And that's like one of the few things I remember being up here ever. So I'm not sure if they just integrated this later or if this has been here for a long time. I couldn't tell you. But again, I changed mine from 1.5 to 2.5, and I was hitting a lot better shots. My bullets were registering way more. Now almost 95% of the time my bullets have been registering. So again, I would check yours out depending on your internet. You could probably make this higher. If you're having a lot of packet loss, you could probably lower it. So again, I'm not sure if maybe people know about this or not, but I haven't, and I haven't seen anyone talk about it. So if you're saying, on my registry, it's not my shots aren't registering like they should, or if you're the opposite and you're saying, I'm getting a ton of packet loss and stuff like that, I'm lagging like crazy, then I would mess with this. Again, if you have a decent internet, I would put in accordingly and go from there. Again, you could probably find a calculator to measure these, and you should be able to find out exactly how much you could use, how much would be good for you. Again, I just put up to 2.5 because it's just me and my girlfriend that live in my apartment and use my internet. So it doesn't really matter how much I use, but I just put up to 2.5 to see how it worked, and it's been working great. So again, I mean, it's really up to you guys. I will give it a shot. Again, if you're having bad registration, or if you just don't have that great of internet and you want to lower it, again, I would give it a shot. Let me know how it works out, but it definitely worked out really good for me. Again, I can hit a lot more headshots now. My bullets are registering a lot more, so I'll give it a shot. Let me know how it goes for you. Thank you for watching, everyone. This is Dracula.